Here is Slush by Slush. Map 2 I will do now. Oh, we're doing full-on continuous, so this was the end of map 1. Oh wait, I'm actually coming out? Anyway. 49 and 2. So, yeah, I actually came this way on map 1. Now I hit the switch, now I'm coming back this way. Interesting. Okay, now we've got some darkness. I actually like this idea. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I like the idea of, you know, a later map having really the same terrain, same geometry as an earlier map, but change up the enemies. Maybe if it was a tech-based, hellify it. In this case, we turn the lights down. As a concept, I don't mind this at all. We'll see how the execution is. Well, you can still open that. You just can't get in there. I think I'm probably gonna die now. Yeah, okay. Don't fall in the lava. Okay, so maybe you're supposed to play this continuous because there were rockets in the first map. I never found the rocket launcher. And I got all the secrets. Okay, so, yeah, it's not quite the same anymore. I don't think. I don't remember, maybe it is. I don't remember this stuff from map 1. Oh. Chain gun? Yeah, this is kind of boring, just going down the hallways, shooting the same enemies. Oh, he's behind there, okay. Oh boy. Where are these monsters? They're hidden behind the walls, I think. Well, 1 health is not good. Oh, there's no other way to go. I guess I go that way. Wait. Yeah, I don't think these are gonna amount to anything. Oh, okay. Now we get in there. That's kind of interesting. Is this invisible from this direction? Ah, yeah. So there's a false wall there, okay. Well, that looks like it could be a secret. So I thought the first map was rather monotonous. It just had the green stone and the marble just completely dominating. And this map still uses a lot of it. I think the textures are mixed up a little bit more though. You know, these flesh textures and the black and the reds coming into play a little bit more. This room especially is not the worst looking room I've ever seen. Oh, you just go right through there, okay. Oh boy, now we get Wolfenstein textures. Holy crap. How many hit me at a time? Oh, there's a mank over there, goodness. Oh, there you are. Forgot about my rockets. Oh gosh, he killed me. Wait, was I almost done? No, 40. I don't know, maybe. Alright, so anyway, we'll pay a little bit more attention to what's going on this time. Oh yeah, that's where I took my damage. I was just sitting there getting shot by shotgunners. Come on, give me a shot. There you go. Actually hasn't been a normal health pickup yet, just the soul spirit. Alright, anyway. Okay, so there's gonna be my exit. Get a red key here. I like how this is a little bit darker out here. It kind of tells me this probably isn't playable space. The red door appears to be way over there. Wait, is this the red door? Oh, sure. Well, that's a lot of rockets. Okay. Archviles are actually somewhat difficult to use well. Generally, you can't just put them down a long hallway and give Doom Guy 50 rockets. I mean, that's going to be a breeze. Oh, now he get crates. Oh boy. I think he was stuck. Yeah, that's how we get up in there. I mean, yeah, this all seems weird, but I don't really mind it. I mean, retextured, I think this could be quite appropriate. A little bit disappointed at the crate maze being so little. I was hoping it would be more substantial than this. There's not much to it here. It's all these crates, but they don't really serve any purpose. Oh, there we go. Now I can get up there. Ah. Get a computer map. And so what does that tell me? Not really much. Alright, in we go. Now I get ourselves a little maze. So that'd be my exit then, huh? And can't even explore the rest of the map. Alright. Yeah, I mean, again, some decent ideas in the map. A little bit linear, besides that little bit of a maze at the end. A little bit more combat centric with all the humans and stuff and the false walls and everything. Yeah, obviously we still want to work on the visuals. A lot of things kind of clash to some degree thematically, and while I don't really mind it, I mean, yeah, this is all very hellish, and then you get into here, and it's still very hellish, but then you come here, you get like the Wolfenstein brick, and then you come into this room, and eventually you get to this crate maze, which I don't really actually mind that much, but it just seems a little bit... Is there another secret over here? But yeah, the crate, I mean, it just seems a little bit forced. It doesn't really feel like, you know, Shores of Hell or something, where it's kind of tech-based and hellish at the same time. It just kind of feels like I'm gonna throw some crates into my marble area. So even though this is, technically diverse, it's still very monotonous. It just still feels like a green domination here. And then another thing to work on, transitions of texturing. When this blue is right up against this green, that doesn't look great. Now lights generally work well as kind of seam textures because they're, based on Sean pretty much. But yeah, here also you see little kind of rough transitions, minor things. Oh, there's an arrow there. Little things to work on. But yeah, again, we're pretty dominated by the marble green and just little. It's okay to have a map kind of dominated by a texture, but break it up some with complementary texturing. So by that I don't mean use G-stone and use marble. Those are almost identical, and people aren't even really going to notice that it's different texturing. I don't mean use the marb faces along with marble 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, people aren't really going to notice that that's different texturing. What I mean is use some of the gray marble, use some of the red brick maybe, use some big brick or some stone 2 and 3, more of the wood stuff, just thematic supplements. Not too much of that. It could still be, for the most part, green and marble, but just add some of that in there, and this goes from being completely monotonous to, decent looking hellish environment. And then we come in here and it's like, what is this? Am I suddenly in a vent system? It seems odd for a marble hell base to have a techie vent system. So again, kind of odd choices, juxtaposition there, and it doesn't necessarily work all that well. And then a little bit more linear in this map. I thought, you start basically in this area, right? Yeah, you start over here and you just go. You go this way. That's a dead end immediately. You go. It's almost rail in this map. It's kind of this narrow pathway. Here's a somewhat bigger room. Back to narrow pathway. Big room. Narrow pathway. Narrow pathway. I mean, you get the red key here and you use it right here. Narrow pathway. Narrow pathway. Narrow pathway. Kind of a big room, but it still could just be a narrow pathway because this is all you have to do. Go through here. And then finally you get a little bit of non-linearity with this maze here. So yeah, even if the map is completely linear, players like to have kind of the illusion of choice where you can see parts of the map before you access them, where there's, a ledge of imps shooting at me and I end up coming around and being on that ledge at some point. Even if I don't make a decision as far as I'm going to choose path A or I'm going to choose path B, even if I never have to make that decision, if I can kind of see what I'm striving for or see what might come next through, ledges, height changes, doors, etc., and that always plays a little bit better. Now we get a little bit of that when we get these monsters that we can hear behind the false walls, and then we finally go in and here we get the monsters behind the false walls. We finally go up the stairs here, we finally see them, and we actually do get a glimpse of the exit early, so that's not bad, although it's not marked as an exit, which would certainly help. And then we get this view too, which is actually behind the red key. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, there's actually a couple of times where that happens, but they're kind of pretty subtle, and by and large, it feels very rail to me. Alright, I've said plenty. We'll call it quits here, and we will see you next time for map 3. But yeah, again, I should say, this is a 13-year-old. When I was 13, I was not making Doom mods, and if I had, well, I don't know. Don't know what they would have looked like, but probably not anywhere near this level of quality. I mean, I think another good thing to point out is that we haven't found anything really broken yet. We haven't found any soft locks. We haven't found any egregious missing textures or anything. So there is a certain level of polish, even if it doesn't appear visually, as far as aligning stuff and texture transitions, things like that. There's still a certain level of polish in that the map works, and that's a good thing. Alright. That's not the exit. The exit's here. Just make sure that's... Actually, yeah. Okay. Alright, we're good.